Are your athlete dreams being shattered by your desk job? We're going to go to the computer today to answer your questions from last week to show you it doesn't have to be the case. What's up everybody, Jeff Cavalier, AthleanX.com. If you remember last week, I put you to the test. I said, hey, give me your best question. Vote it up. Whoever had the highest amount of comments on their question would get answered here this week on the video. And it's something that I want to do every now and then here because I think it's great. You guys get to give me your input and I get to actually answer your questions directly. So in doing so, I went to my computer last week, 82 thumbs up. The comment was from Mikhail from Greece. He says, hi Jeff, I'm Mikhail and I'm from Greece. And I'm already an AthleanX member. I must say that your videos are something to look forward to all week. I don't really have a question, but I have a request. I work in an investment bank, so I'm in the office 10 hours straight. Could you make a video about what people like me can eat at work? Nutrition tips are something that would not request much time to eat since I cannot stay off my desk for a long time. Best regards, Mikhail. Now, that's a great question, and it's something that a lot of us deal with, and you don't have to just be at a desk job. When I was in college, believe it or not, that's where the whole athlete dream started for me, was way back then, trying to figure out what could I do to make it through a day. We used to have a long period of classes in PT school where we really would just break for literally a couple minutes because we were doing summer courses at the very beginning of that of my schooling, and there's just no time. You have to cram so much in. So I was trying to figure out what could I have that could be somewhat discreet too, that you can actually eat in class without causing a big scene. So this is questions right up my alley. So what can we do? Well, first and foremost, I think you have to have things that are portable, things that don't require a lot of preparation, and things that you can eat pretty, like I said, pretty discreetly so that people aren't staring at you or you're causing a big scene while you're trying to just get your nutrition in. Some of the things that I recommend right off the bat, what I used to do, overnight I used to take a thermos, put it in the freezer the whole time, get it ice cold. Then I would make a protein shake. In this case, I'm highly recommending my own Accelerate here because I know what goes in it. We've talked about supplements before. There's a lot of shady crap that happens in the supplement industry these days. At least I know what's in here and it's the best of the best. But basically a protein shake, you put it in, you make your shake in the morning, put it in. If that thing's cold, ice cold overnight, you can seal that thing up and it's going to stay cold throughout the entire day. I used to sometimes have it at 4, 5, 6 o'clock at night on my way home. So that's a great option, number one. Number two, just by having one of these little sort of thermos bags, you don't have to carry it around with you on your shoulder. You just bring it with you to work. You put this in here, it's insulated. If you have something that you want to keep that's cold outside of that, like what I'll show you next here, a yogurt, you can put it in here, throw one of these little freezer ready ice, whatever they call these, I don't know what they call these things, but you take them out of the freezer, put it in here, and zip this up, it's going to stay cold all day. So that allows you to have something pretty quick and portable, which would be like a Greek yogurt, a great snack, okay, and a banana, so a piece of fruit. Now, I want to kind of break away here and tell you that the key to your success is going to be not just eating carbohydrate foods. The big thing, we call it nutrient fusion in the AthleanX Factor meal plan. You want to have carbs and protein together as often as you can. All right, so the protein is going to help just slow you down a little bit. It's got that chew factor to it, so you actually have to work to actually eat it usually. That will actually help just to slow you down the tempo of your eating a little bit. And again, we're not looking at having big feasts here, but we're trying to get this meal in, let's say, 2 to 3 or 4 minutes. But it also will stabilize your blood sugar. When you can combine your carbohydrates with your protein, you're going to have a combined effect in the gut of a slower digestion, which is going to keep your blood sugar stable a lot longer. So always trying to combine the two. Those can go in here and you're good to go. An old standby, very, very easy. I always recommend protein bars. Now some guys don't want to have supplements, which would take the Accelerate out of it or take the protein bar out. But guys, it doesn't get any simpler than this. It's not going to melt. It's not going to go bad. It can go anywhere with you and it's very, very simple. Next, again, getting your protein in with your carbs. Turkey jerky or beef jerky here. Again, they make this stuff so low fat now. I think this is made of ostrich or something. I mean, but they have the ostrim. any of these things, these are awesome, and if you like the taste of them, they're great, and you can have as your carbs, and it's sort of a snacking carb, just your little grape tomatoes, which the advantage here is they don't need to be refrigerated. You can just bring these with you and eat them along with here. You sort of have that little perfect combination, and you're getting both in your carbs and your protein. So that would be here. Lastly, something that guys usually like to use a lot is like a trail mix, and we even recommend that on the X Factor meal plans. But when we do, I always caution you to make sure, what are you building your trail mix from? What is the basis of your trail mix? If it's completely made of all different kinds of nuts, and you bring in something like this, saying I'm going to use it for the week, you're probably going to, you know, by the time you look down and this thing's almost empty, you're going to realize that you made a big mistake. Because nuts can be completely, you know, caloric and fatty. Yes, they're healthy, but they can be fatty. And trying to get a six-pack, the last thing you're going to want to do is just snack away and grab away and paw away at this all day long. So they have single serving packages of whatever your favorite nuts are. You can get them here. But I will tell you this little bit right here, 14 grams of fat, okay, around 170 calories. So when you want to think about what is the basis of your trail mix, and you're going to put it, I mean, most guys don't stop here. They usually stop maybe 3 or 4 times full of these things. So there's an old adage, guys, you be careful for your nuts, right? You got to make sure that you put in just the amount that you need to cause enough of an effect for the taste. Get the, you know, we call it incidental fat. Get the incidental fat from your nuts, but that's about it. All right. I like to use as a basis for a trail mix, heart to heart, cashew heart to heart. Cashew go lean. It's a little bit harder to pick up, but you know, the fact of the matter is they're much better for you. They're higher protein content even in a carbohydrate, a typical carbohydrate type food like a cereal. So you can combine a few of your favorite cereals, and that would be the basis of it. Sprinkle on a couple carob chips if you want that sweetness. But again, lots of options here. Very quick, easy. They're discreet. Like I said, you can sort of grab at these without people even seeing what you're doing, and that's a very important thing. So. Thank you, Mikhail. Thank you, guys. Again, we're going to do this more often, but if you want to see a whole bunch more of these options that you can actually take with you, and not only that, but they're super easy to prepare, then you got to get the Athlete X meal plan that comes with the Athlete X training system. It's the X Factor meal plan for a reason. It literally can make the difference between having a six-pack and not. Because we know, guys, that no matter how hard you train, if your nutrition is awful, you're not going to look good. So you got to make sure that's dialed in, and I lay it all out for you. Everything just like this, but not just snacks. Your breakfasts, your lunches, your dinners, everything, and it's all part of the Athlete X training system. So guys, if you haven't, head over there, grab that at athletex.com. In the meantime, we're going to do this again. I'd like to get your feedback. Leave all your comments below. We might be able to get an answer to those this week. But the next time I do this, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to challenge you, put the favorite comment up there, vote it up to the top, and whatever it is, we'll answer it. Guys, we'll be back here again next week. In the meantime, have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll see you guys back here in 7 days.